All right, folks, it's 3 o'clock here on this Thursday. Thank you for joining us here on our afternoon briefing. Dustin Staples greeting you here as Charlie is on the 3 with you on this Thursday. And we hope you enjoyed your day thus far. It's been nice out there, a little bit on the warm side for some of us here. Definitely not unusual we get these warm spurts in March, but just a little too early for us to be seeing a string of days like this too. We've been dealing with about a month ago we had snow up to our kneecaps and waist for those mounds of snow that were pushed in the parking lots across the area. So not this go around. So it was a month ago we were dealing with ice and snow and refreezing. A month later, and we're now dealing with what spring actually feels like. More so, almost. Some would probably say it feels like summer. Not really. We haven't got that warm just quite yet. But definitely, again, a day you want to just be outside, not indoors for sure. Definitely one of these mornings or. The morning was nice. A little fog out there was patchy, similar to yesterday morning. We could have a little more patchy fog, kind of like tonight, developing in the morning hour. So really not a huge issue for concerns for that. But most of us, again, are going to stay pretty quiet all the way around the board here. Staying also nice and quiet here in Greenville, looking back towards Arlington Boulevard here across our in Pitt County all the way around the board. The roads are good. So far, nothing too havoc out there. Your typical afternoon traffic folks are heading off from school now at this point. But overall, definitely a lot better than probably some of you are happy to see. No snow falling for a lot of our area. We've been dealing with the nice warm weather here for the last few days. Also quiet skies back towards our PGV airport camera here in Greenville. Currently, though, we're at 81 in Kinston, 80 Jacksonville, 76 in Goldsboro, Rocky Mount, 75 in Roanoke Rapids. 77 seems to be the popular number here from Greenville to Washington to Swancourt to Plymouth to Williamson. 78 in Hosky there. Not looking too bad there down towards Beaufort at 70 degrees, 69 there in Oriental, 63 though in Hatteras. A little bit cooler there thanks to those water temperatures. And again, you get those cooling onset winds there. That does cool it off quite a bit. But regardless of anything, it does feel appropriately nice to be out there. Despite that south wind at times today, hasn't been a huge problem with anything. But a reminder, again, the south flow, of course, the only thing we're missing is the humidity, which we may start to see it creep up just a little bit there. But we're not talking about summertime humidity standards. It'll just be more so on the lines of feeling like a little warmth, but no majorly high humidity dew points, nothing like that. But overall, over the next few hours, inland again, sunshine, yeah, with a few clouds. Temperatures near 80 as we go towards, again, already there just about for a lot of our area here across the east. Low to mid 70s later on tonight. Feeling pretty comfortable. Again, most of us are going to stay fairly cool on the coast thanks to that water temperature just making it feel quite cool out there. We do have those 50s returning for you later on tonight. So if you do have plans later on this evening, just note that it's going to be quite cool there. Maybe not go in the water just quite yet, but definitely, again, you want to, enjoy yourself while you're outside too. First on the live radar, quiet, few passing clouds ahead of us here. Most of the rain activity is a frontal boundary that's kind of well above our states. This Pennsylvania, New York there, high pressures over our area giving us a nice quiet pattern, which is why everything has been going up and around and not really interfering with us here. But showers extend down towards the border of Mississippi and, Missouri and Arkansas and Kentucky there, where they are seeing some of those showers come about. But most of the country is quiet, minus the snow out west, where they're now, getting the point in later in the season in the winter, but they usually still see snow, sometimes as late as mid-April and May even. So that's kind of a unique scenario to think about the snow out west, but they're used to it there. They're good for the skiing season. Obviously, the ski resorts have been struggling out west there over the last almost month or so. Salt Lake City only picked up about 1/10 of an inch now. Now they have got several inches of snow there in their part of the country. Our part of the country is continuing with this drought, but the good news is that it did ease up just a little bit here. That severe drought did disappear. You kind of see it shaves off portions. If you're along 264 East, Highway 17 and 7D, you are seeing a lot better. Meanwhile, that severe drought also diminished a little bit in Halifax, Bertie, Nash, and Edgecombe counties there. So that's a little good news, is that most of us still in that moderate drought. So we're slowly taking a step in the right direction when it comes to that. So the good news is that we are going to get some rain chances coming up for this weekend, Sunday and early next week, and maybe even later next week about this time when we're talking about a much powerful storm system coming our way for sure. But tonight, no weather issues, no concerns for anything. Some offshore rain showers just about. A little patchy fog tomorrow morning, going to be dealing with that. But overall, starting things off in the mid-60s, climbing to near 80 degrees again in the afternoon. Beautiful stretch of sunshine with some clouds filtering on in. Tomorrow night, not looking too bad either. Just some mild weather departing. We may see again a little bit more patchy fog. This has been the theme here because of that. The humidity is up, our temperatures, and of course those calm winds as well develop that. So we have a little bit of everything happening over the next few mornings with fog and some milder weather. So don't be surprised if you step at the door tomorrow and you wake up to a little bit of patchy fog. That's going to be out there for sure. This is the wrong rainfall graphic. I meant to put the other rainfall graphic on there, but you kind of see most of the Saturday, at least through Saturday morning, we're pretty quiet when it comes to precipitation. Your future winds, though, south is going to be breezy, 10 to 15 tonight. We'll have those south winds continue on through sunrise tomorrow morning, and then eventually they'll start to ease up just a little bit there. They're going to turn strictly out of the south and southeast. We'll have that component, or southwest rather, that'll hold that steady for us as we go towards Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon and going into Sunday, we start to see winds become increasing again, so just keep that in mind if you're going to be out there this weekend. Which reminds us, we've got softball happening there. Wichita State is playing ECU starting tomorrow there. 3-game series there this weekend at the softball field. It's going to be looking good for tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, we did put increasing clouds there for that 20% chance of some small showers. That 15% should be 20%. Meant to round that up on our weather system. So that was my fault. But other than that, most of our forecasts showcasing very subtle conditions here. Again, Sunday and Monday is the transition day. It does cool us off briefly, 77, 76. It dips into the upper mid-70s there. Again, showers likely, maybe a rumble of thunder to late set day on Sunday. And as we go towards the early morning hours of Monday, that rain is out of here. We still start to see some clearing conditions come about as we go towards later in the afternoon. So again, Monday morning is going to be wet. I mean, the afternoon's looking good. Mostly an overcast sky there for Tuesday. Most of our mild weather, warm weather rather, will persist on. By the way, average highs this time of year are supposed to be in the low to mid 60s. That has now become our overnight lows. Remember, we ran into this problem back in the winter where our daytime highs were the average lows, and the average lows were well below where they needed to be. So we ran into this problem once before. No stranger to seeing this happen again. This time around, it's the warmth weather. We're watching with that too. But I mean, most of the week looking pretty okay. Minus dodging some shower chances in between here. Most of us are going to stay fairly quiet. And you see the warm up. We're going to return to the mid 80s there as we go towards late week to come. So definitely I don't know, it's feeling like summer into some capacity, some would say. So again, if you are looking to be outside here next week, Monday afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday looks to be pretty good. Thursday into Friday, that's when that cold front comes and really drops our temperatures down to the 70s. So we're talking about a much cooler setup here on the horizon for us as we go into late next week. So if you're looking for that rain, it's coming. We'll get a little bit on Sunday, Monday, and then later, and especially next week, we'll really start to see that push of so much heavy rain coming in our favor. Maybe some storms. We'll have to watch out for that. The warm air we're now transitioning into severe weather season pretty soon. Spring weather season brings those opportunities for tracking a few showers, and typically we become the numb of thunderstorms. Usually we get the daytime heating effect. In the summer months, the humidity, heat increases, bubbles up, pops a few thunderstorms. That's the typical summertime pattern. This was more so of just a variety of fronts coming through, transitioning into that much severe weather season. So we'll monitor storms for next week and this weekend. Right now, just be prepared to hear rumble of thunder and a few lightning strikes in between as we go towards this upcoming Sunday, and again, most likely definitely into late next week. So summer mode, feeling like some mid 80s here. It's going to feel real nice here. Definitely a treat, well deserved after the very, very bitter winter we went through here across ENC. Definitely one of the coldest winters this area has seen in quite some time. On that note, we're going to say farewell to you. We will talk to you again coming up at 4 p.m. We'll have more weather updates for you, let you know what we can expect for the upcoming weekend. So until then, take care, everybody.